All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a tutorial using Vectornator, which is this app right here. I showed you how to download it yesterday. For Vectornator, this time we're creating an organic pattern. So again, to create a new document, you want to do this plus sign here. We're going to do custom size. And you want to make sure that the width is 8 inches and the height is 8 inches. And again, to make sure it's on inches, your units are right below, so make sure it's that highlighted light gray. And then you're going to press create. All right, so it should load into this screen here. So we have a nice square composition to work in. Again, we are using the pen tool. So here is my pen tool right over here. And then in order to see all the styles that I can apply to my pen tool is going to be over here on the right. It looks like that little paintbrush up here. Make sure that your fill has a red line going through it. So again, you could play with that by pressing that eyeball on the side. Down below here, if you wanted to play around with the color of your stroke, you can do that. But I'm going to leave mine black, so I'm just going to swipe that away. And no arrowheads, and then we don't have to really play with anything else. I am going to change my stroke width. I'm going to change it to 20. I'm going to tap stroke width to make it go away. And then I'm going to slide this to the side so it goes away. So organic lines, they are free-flowing, they are nature-based, so everything might have more of a curve. You're not really going to see too many straight lines within this design. So in order to start, of course, you want to just tap wherever you want your line to start. I'm going to try to create some waves because that's more like nature-based. So I'm going to hold down, click and hold down, and I'm going to click and drag. That's going to give me these handlebars here. And then I'm going to click and drag again to create that nice curved line that I have here. But then I want to come back around this way. So if I try to come back around this way, say I want to come here, click and drag, I get like this weird like U shape, which I don't want. So again, if I want to undo, I have to go up to the top here, press that back arrow, and it takes me to my last anchor point. Now the difference between this and Photoshop is I need to select another tool to convert my anchor. So I'm going to go to the second arrow from the top on my tools here that are on the left-hand side. I'm going to select that anchor tool, and I'm going to select the handle, and I'm going to drag it back to my anchor point here. Notice it's not right on top, but it's as close as I can get it. So I'm going to go back to my pen tool, and then I'm going to click and drag here. Oh, that didn't work. Undo. So I'm going to go to my pen tool. Nope, I'm going to select. I'm going to go to my anchor point actually. Select pen tool, and it should, there we go. Now it continues. All right, so you're going to have to play around with this a little bit in order to get exactly what you want. But then I'm going to click all the way off here. Oop, I don't like that angle. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to click and drag, maybe something like that. And that's okay. Again, I could go back to this guy here. I could select the angle. Oops. I could play around with the handlebars to make it look a little more smooth. All right, so I like that. So I'm going to go to the selection tool. I'm then going to go back to my pen tool, and I'm going to decide what else I want to do. So maybe I'm just going to draw like a line in the middle, creating this nice little curve. All right, again, I could go to the second arrow, and I could play around with the anchor points and make them look a little more smooth. But I don't like how thick this line is. So in order to change that thickness, I need to go to my pen tool. I need to go to that paintbrush up at the top, and then I'm going to play around with my stroke width. So maybe I want to do it half the size. I'm going to slide that away, and now it looks a little bit smaller, and I actually think I might want to bring it back down because, I don't know, it looks a little weird that it's stuck like that. Or I might continue it all the way to the corner here. So I'm going to see if I can do that. There we go, that looks pretty nice. So I'm liking that. It looks a little wonky, but I could always go in and fix these handles. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to continue working on this and adding, you know, your nice curve and organic lines. I want to see if I can add handlebars here. So if I click on that and I go to this, all right, it's going to give me some options. So if you ever create an anchor point that doesn't have the handlebars, but you want to add the handlebars, you're going to select this second guy in here. I'm going to slide it away, and it just added these handlebars to my anchor. Makes them look a little weird, but I'm just going to drag them back and, you know, pull it up, pull it down. All right, so I could play around with it, but then of course you're gonna have to go back because you're not gonna want everything to have those handlebars, and you're gonna wanna make it go back to a point. All right, so again, something you're gonna have to play around with. I hope this was helpful.